Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mara Oluwa by name. If you're here for the first time, you're most welcome. Just grab your seats and let's dive right into today's video. But before we go, I want to implore you that if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing to my channel. Press the notification button in order for you to be notified whenever I post an update, and don't forget to share and recommend this channel for people around you to learn one or two things. And if you find this channel content educative and informative, don't forget to give me thumbs up. The comment section box is down below. Comment and let me know how you feel about my videos. So with that being said, let's go right into today's business. So today I just want to share some tips with you as a pattern drafter that will help you to get a perfect finish and a perfect outfit for your client after all your sewing process is done. So the first thing that you have to do is that you have to make sure that you take a perfect measurement of your client and make sure that every necessary measurement is being taken and every steps. For example, if you are making a trouser, if your client needed to sit down while taking your measurements, make sure you do the necessary things while you are taking your client's measurement. Another thing is that while you are drafting your pattern, make sure you use a correct measurement that you've taken, and make sure your calculations are correct, because if those things are not correct, at the long run you are going to have problem after all this thing and done. Another thing is that while you are drafting your pattern, make sure you label your pattern. That is very, very important, especially when it comes to corset. But be it corset and not, it is not, whether it is corset or not, make sure you always label your pattern. And another thing while drafting is that make sure you do necessary notches on your pattern, because it will help you to remember whenever you are transferring it on your pattern. And another tips is that whenever you are transferring your pattern to your fabric, make sure you do it patiently. There is no rushing. You don't need to rush. If you know that the time for you to deliver your clothes to the client is short, make sure that you tell the client that you can't make it, instead of you rushing into to your sewing processes. No, you don't have to rush. Just take your time while you are transferring your pattern in order for you to avoid mistakes that touches the art. Another thing is that when you are done transferring your pattern and you are ready to sew, make sure you pay attention to all those notches you've made on your fabric. If you remember very well, you've made your all the notches on your pattern. Make sure you transfer those notches to your fabric as well, and when you are sewing, make sure you put all those notches into consideration so that you won't make any mistake either. And another thing is that while you are sewing, make sure you cut all those dangling thread. Oh my goodness, those are very, very important, because whenever I'm working with people and I see dangling thread, it puts me off naturally. So as a pattern drafter, while sewing, make sure you are cutting all those dangling thread. Another thing is that make sure you use pin. Using pin it has nothing to do with being a professional. You have to use pin because pin is a lifesaver. It helps you, to get what you want even before you sew your fabric together. So make sure that you always use pin. It doesn't matter whether you are a professional. It doesn't matter whether you are a starter or a beginner. Make sure you use pin. And some people say it is only amateurs, beginners that mark where to sew on fabric. My sister, there's ways you have to mark when it requires you to mark where to sew. Just do well to mark where you're supposed to mark, so as for you not to make a costly mistake. Another thing is that while you are sewing, make sure you are ironing your sewing as you go. Like as you are sewing, make sure you are pressing it with your iron, because it helps you to figure out if there is any mistakes on your sewing, on your curves area as you are sewing. So it will help you to rectify it before all the said is done. So try as much as possible to iron out all your seam open your seam where necessary and close it where necessary. So do well to iron your fabric as you are sewing, so it helps a lot. Another thing that you can do is that to get a perfect finish, a perfect finishing as a pattern drafter, make uses of different seam. We have a lot of seams that you can use. You have in seam finishing, we have French seam, we have straight seam, we have, all this kind of seam. Make sure you are making use of them. It helps a lot. It won't just give your outfit just a particular look. People will not know that, okay, whenever we give you fabric, this is how you finish it all the time. So it gives people a different perspective, and it gives your clothes, your outfit, whatever it is that you're sewing, it gives it a beautiful look after all is said and done. And another thing is that do tell your client to come for fittings. So unless your client is maybe outside the state or outside the country, just if they are in a place where they are, you can reach them, you can reach out to them. Do well to tell them that they should come for fitting, so that at the end of everything, you won't, the outfit won't be poorly fitted on them. So another thing that you can do is that make sure that if your client is not in your area, make sure you package your work very well. So when people see how you package your work, it motivates them, and it gives them an impression that you really know what you are doing. So guys, this is the end of our video today. I hope you've gotten some value, and I've added a little bit of value to your sewing journey. So if you find all this content educative, like I said earlier, please don't forget to give me thumbs up, share this video for your loved ones around you, and don't forget to comment in the comment section box below. It motivates me to do so. Till next time that I'm gonna meet you again on this channel, I love you.